with other diverse groups of Kenyans, including religious leaders from all faiths, about the crisis facing our country. They implored us to give dialogue, especially during the holy periods of Easter and Ramadan. It is in this context that we agreed to call off the protests and give dialogue a chance. We are guided by the words of the late John F. Kennedy, who said, and I quote, "Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate." Quote. We go into these negotiations holding a firm belief that our cause is just, our intentions are pure, and our goal is patriotic. We go into these talks convinced that some issues, in particular lowering the price of food, is urgent, can't wait, and does not even need the talks. Opening of the servers is not negotiable. We agree that a balanced process, spearheaded by members of parliament from both sides and backed by experts, is an appropriate way to proceed. The end product will then be presented to Parliament for approval. We shall send our members to the Select Joint Committee, whose terms of reference shall be to A. Recommend measures to lower the cost of hunger, fuel, electricity, and school fees. B. Conduct a review and forensic audit of the servers used by the IEBC before, during, and after the 2022 presidential election. C. Review the appointment and dismissal of IEBC commissioners, including their chain of office, and recommend institutional, policy, legal, and constitutional mechanisms, restructuring and reforms of the IEBC. D. Consider the constructing of IEBC by devolving structures to counties, and whether the country really needs commissioners working on a permanent basis. E. Recommend legal, policy, and institutional reforms to strengthen and improve the electoral system and processes to entrench a culture of free and fair elections administered in an impartial, transparent, simple, accurate, verifiable, and secure system. F. Review the circumstances that led to the dismissal of the IEBC commissioners, commonly known as the Cherera Four, and reinstate them in office. G. Review and recommend changes in the law that will entrench party discipline, fidelity, by 1. Requiring MPs who cross party lines after the elections to seek a fresh mandate from the electorate. And 2. To allow parties to replace nominated MPs who cross party lines. H. Initiate legislation to address the electoral, governance, and economic gaps identified during the inquiry for consideration by the Houses as appropriate. The Joint Task Force shall present its report to Parliament within 30 days of its establishment. Finally, we reiterate 3 important points. 1. As J.F. Kennedy said, and I quote, "Civility is not a sign of weakness, and sincerity is always subject to proof. 2. The rights to assemble, demonstrate, petition, and speak are ironclad as provided for in our Constitution. 3. We reserve our right to call for demonstrations should this process not bear fruit. Should there be no meaningful engagement or response from Kenya Kwanza, we will not hesitate to mobilize Kenyans to demand their rights within the framework of Article 37 of our Constitution. We are driven by the concern that in spite of the 2010 Constitution, our political culture retains a winner-take-all system. This is what has clearly been demonstrated by the Oda regime. This monopoly of power, by hook or crook, by the party in the State House, can only be rectified with a thoughtful, deliberative process involving all Kenyans. We need a proper constitutional review to cure the governance defects in the 2010 Constitution and remove the last vestiges of an imperial presidency. In our dialogue with Kenya Kwanza, we'll be putting this matter on the table. Thank you, and God bless Kenya. Thank you.
Makofi kwa President Raila Odinga. May I now ask the media to take short leave as proceed with the rest of the program. And in the same breath,